What's up everybody? Today we're reviewing the 2020 Cadillac XT6 Sport in this beautiful satin steel metallic gray. I'm a big fan of the way this car looks, performs, and what it's like on the interior. So let's get into the review. First, let's talk cargo room. It's got a lot of it. These seats electrically fold up and down. You just hold these two buttons. This is for the third row. You'll see they both come up. Not only can you bring them up, but you can also bring them down by holding this. And you can also bring down the second row as well. Not only is there a lot of storage space in here, but there's also some more under here as well. With the Sport package, you get these clear tail lights. On the luxury and other packages, these lights are red. As well as you get the blacked out trim around the windows. And you get this beautiful black grille in the front. I'm a huge fan of the way this grille looks. And just kind of the overall styling of this car. It looks really aggressive from the front. From the back, it kind of looks like a mom mobile, but you know, whatever. It's a sporty looking mom mobile, so I'm okay with it. It's got these 20-inch wheels that honestly are kind of boring, and I feel like they could have done a whole lot better on these wheels. Like, I mean, comparing it to the BMW X7, you can't really compare considering how much more that vehicle costs. But I think they could have done like a nice black 22-inch wheel, just with a better wheel design in my opinion. I do like the Cadillac emblem right here. And if you see in the sun, I don't know if the camera is gonna pick it up, but you see the beautiful flaky metallic paint. I actually really like this color, especially with the Sport package with all the blacked out stuff rather than chrome. I'm not a fan of chrome. See, you can see the metallic-y paint right there. XT6. This one is the all-wheel drive version, so you can get this in front-wheel drive and all-wheel drive. There are two engine options that you can get. You got the turbo 4-cylinder as well as just the naturally aspirated V6, which is what this has with all-wheel drive. Comes with 310 horsepower and 271 pound-feet of torque. You know, with the amount of weight that this thing's carrying around, it definitely gets it up and going and out of the way. But I definitely wouldn't say that it's fast by any means. Definitely not fast. You know, I wish maybe that one day they'll do a XT6V or XT6 Blackwing, whatever, but I doubt it. But that would be cool to have this car with a Corvette motor in it. Just like, it'd be a good competitor to the Dodge Durango Hellcat if they did do that, but I doubt they'll do something like that. Moving on to the interior, you got the keyless access. The door's unlocked and the car's on anyway, but you push that button and you can get in the car. I'm a big fan of the way that this car is spec'd, also built in America. I'm a big fan of the way this car is spec'd with the white leather on the black, as well as you get this carbon fiber insert that goes along the whole dash. You know, it looks pretty good. It's definitely not real carbon fiber, but it still looks really good, and I think that the white on black looks very baller, in my opinion, for lack of a better word. Let's push that seat back and look at the rear seat legroom. I'm sitting behind myself, and you know, not as much legroom as I would like, but I'm also sitting pretty far back. Tons of headroom, no problem there. You know, you got the vents up here so you can tilt and, you know, move it back and forth. It's 3-zone climate control. You got your USB port down here as well as your USB-C port, so they give you one of each. And I believe back here they give you a USB-C port as well on both sides, so that's nice. Here in the back you also get cup holders in the door for a water bottle or whatever you got, as well as this fold down armrest with 2 more cup holders here as well. And down here you just got some storage for, I don't know, whatever you want to put in this space here. You can put, I don't know, snacks or whatever you want if you got kids. Here, like I said, this is where you control your climate for the back seat. You got heated rear seats, that's an option. You also have the panoramic moonroof, which is really cool. Let's move into the front seat. I don't think I mentioned, but you do have the mat pockets behind both the driver and passenger seats. Third row access is pretty easy. All you got to do is pull this back and it moves the seat, slides the seat forward. Come back here, you put the rear seats up by the push of this button right here, and they're coming up. So that's easy. Put the seat up, pull this seat back, and plenty of legroom actually for being a third row seat. I'm very comfortable back here. I could do a long road trip. You also have your cigarette outlet, whatever. But yeah, plenty of headroom and legroom. I'm only 5'9", so I'm just the average American. If you're probably 6'1" or 2", you probably won't be as comfortable as I am back here, but I mean, how often are you gonna have a 6-foot person riding in the third row of your car? So that's that. You also have one cup holder on each side, so definitely enough room for drinks and stuff. But let's move on to the front. Moving into the front seat, I really like this front seat design. I like the little Cadillac thing right there. These seats are really comfortable, and like I mentioned before, I'm a big fan of the white leather. I don't know if I would get it personally myself, just because it'd be hard to keep clean, but I do like the way that it looks nonetheless. Moving on to the dash, steering wheel area, I'm a huge fan, big fan of the new Q system that they have in the new Cadillacs. The Q system of the past with all the touchscreen stuff was absolute garbage. One gripe I do have about this interior, this little section down here is like this weird, like, I don't know if you can see it, but it's like plastic, like really cheap feeling plastic. And I really think that's where Cadillac cheaped out, was right in this spot right here. Not a fan of the way, like it's just super cheap feeling. I don't know how to describe it. It's made out of like this thin plastic. These buttons are nice. They need to do some more with buttons like these. I do like that aluminum trim that goes throughout the front and back of the car. Nice doorknobs, or door latches, whatever it's called. I do really like the way that these buttons feel. They got a good feeling to them. Only the front two are automatic up and down. The rear two are not automatic down or up. This is how you open your trunk. You push the button and you can adjust it to open either max, which is all the way, 3/4, or you can just turn that button off, or turn off the automatic tailgate. You can see it's opening and closing back there. But back to Q, I'm a big fan. You have this knob here that controls everything, like you can see, so you don't have to be touching the screen like you did of Cadillac Q of the past, which was, like I said, absolute garbage. But you have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and both of them work really well. This screen is really nice. It's nice and crisp. I do really like the way that this is designed. I do know that a lot of people don't like the piano black look, but when it's clean, it does look really good, in my opinion. This car also comes with a 4G LTE hotspot, so you can connect your phone. It gives you your Wi-Fi password and all that kind of stuff. Moving on to the gauge cluster. This is where I do think it don't get me wrong, it does look really good, but this gauge cluster is also on the sportier models as well. I wish that Cadillac would have given the sportier Cadillac models a different looking dash cluster. You know, I think it would have looked a little bit better, but I do think that this looks really good. It's very Audi-esque. Like if you look at the way that the how much gas the car has and the coolant temperature, it's very Audi-esque. Audi does it the same way. So I guess Cadillac took some pages out of the Audi playbook, but I think they did really well. All the buttons that you need are on the steering wheel are here. You got your volume up and down here, as well as you have your to skip between channels if you're on XM, or to skip between songs if you're on Apple CarPlay and playing music that way. You have your heated steering wheel here, as well as messing with your adaptive cruise control here. Cruise control settings right here, and you can talk to your car here, and a phone call right there. Nice horn. I I do really like the borderless mirror. I think that looks really good. Up here, you got all your things for your sunroof. So this is for the shade. So if you touch that once, it moves back, sliding back. And on this side, this is where you open your sunroof. So right now I can just pop it open like that, or I could open it by pulling back like that. Nice looking sunroof, in my opinion. Nice and big, and you can even pull it back one more time and open it up even more. Nice room for whatever, stargazing or whatever the hell you're gonna do right there. Back to the steering wheel, I really like the way these paddles look and as well as they feel. To me, I think they are real metal or aluminum or some sort of magnesium, I don't know. But they feel really good, they look really good, and they feel like real metal. So props to Cadillac on that, as well as I think this fake or real, whatever, carbon fiber looks pretty good as well. Over here, looking at the cup holders, even the cup holders look really kind of, I guess, elegant would be the word, but you just click it like that, it comes, and then you move it back like that. Here you got this mode button. This switches between your different modes. So you got Tour, you can put it in all-wheel drive, Sport, as well as off-road. Most people, I'm sure, are just gonna leave it in Tour. As for storage space, this car's got plenty. Obviously, it's a mom hauler, whatever, or dad, Mr. Mom. You look in there, plenty of room. You also have under here, you can put whatever you want to. There's definitely plenty of room. You've got, you know, now that we're in coronavirus, you can put your hand sanitizer or bottles of water, whatever you want to put on both sides. You got your glove box right there. And like I said, you fold down those third row seats and you got plenty of room. You can also fold down the second row and have even more room than you really need. So yeah, that's that. Let's see what it's like to drive. Decently fast shifts coming out of that 9-speed transmission. We're coming up to a few tight corners on this back road, and I'm gonna put it in, take it out of Tour and put it in Sport, because I do notice that when driving it does handle a little bit better in Sport. I don't know if it's got an active all-wheel drive system that helps push you around the corner, but I do notice that in Sport it does take turns and stuff a little bit better. It could also have a adaptive suspension. I do know that that is an option on the 2020 XT6, but I'm not quite sure if this one does have it. I'll check that back. If it does, I'll put a yes right here. If not, I won't put anything. But you know, for being such a heavy vehicle, it does go around these turns decently well, actually. I'm pretty surprised. And also, it goes around these turns smoothly. It's not like a firm ride. And I mean, what do you expect out of a Cadillac? Obviously, you're gonna have a smooth ride, but it's honestly very kind of remarkably smooth when we go over these bumps. I mean, you're really kind of fighting with the wheel when it's accelerating. And again, this is in Tour mode. This isn't in Sport mode. This isn't in all-wheel drive. I'll do an acceleration again. I'll do a U-turn and I'll put it in Sport, and the torque steer is a whole lot less in Sport mode because it's utilizing the rear wheels as well as the front wheels and not just sending all the power to the front wheels for you to fight with at the steering wheel. So I'm gonna flip a U-turn right up here, and we'll do that again. I'll put you in Sport mode now. And we'll do that acceleration run again. Okay. Here we go. Definitely not fighting the wheel nearly as much in in sport mode with all-wheel drive. Not even close to the same amount of torque steer. Definitely, if you want to be ripping this car, either put it in all-wheel drive or put it in sport mode, because in tour mode it's fighting you, and it's fighting you pretty hard. This car came with the standard 8-speaker Bose sound system, and it is very bassy, and it actually sounds pretty damn good for being the bass stereo system. You can get a Bose 14-speaker sound system, but this car did not come optioned with that. But yeah, the just standard 8-speaker system sounds really good, and it does have a lot of deep bass to it, which I'm a big fan of bass. If you listen to rap music, you know what I mean. But also, you can listen to country. It sounds pretty good. But I have experienced the 14-speaker sound system that Bose puts in the Cadillac XT6, and that thing sounds really good. And it's a lot clearer on top, like higher notes in music. I did notice that this isn't as clear as that is, but it's still really good for being the bass sound system. No complaints, really. The 2020 XT6 starts at $48,000 and some change, about $48,990. This one's optioned up to $58,900, so $58,900. Like I said, it's got the sport appearance package and a few other goodies. This car has the V6 and the all-wheel drive, which comes standard as a part of the sport package, the sport trim level on the XT6. Otherwise, you get the option between the turbo 4-cylinder and the naturally aspirated V6. The turbo 4 makes 237 horsepower, which, moving this car, I don't think that's enough. I think you definitely should go with the V6. This V6 makes 310 horsepower and 271 pound-feet of torque. If you really care, the 0 to 60 time with the V6 and all-wheel drive is 6.4 seconds. And MPG with the V6 and all-wheel drive, you get 24 highway and 17 city with 19 combined. But if you go with the V6 and you go front drive, it would be up to 18 city and 25 highway and 20 combined. So those are just some of the statistics I thought I'd share with you guys. Whoever's looking to purchase one of these vehicles, or you're just shopping around between this, the Lincoln Aviator, maybe the BMW X7 or the Audi Q7. Alright guys, that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed the review of the 2020 Cadillac XT6. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up, and if you like what you saw, please subscribe. I'm trying to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of 2020, and if you guys could please help me make that happen, that would be awesome.